Alright, well, greetings everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I am up here in Reading, once again looking for unique and interesting places up here to explore that I wanted to explore for a while but didn't get the chance to until now. So if you saw my previous video where I was actually down in the south part of Reading City and was down there exploring where the Schuylkill Canal ran through part of the city and the old Pennsylvania Railroad. So right now I am outside of the city and I am up here in Muhlenberg Township, and I'm actually along River Road, and what I am here to find is the remains of a lock that was here for the Schuylkill navigation system, or the Schuylkill Canal. There's were some dams along here. In fact, probably in this video you're going to be seeing a dam that's just down the road from here, that was here at one time but isn't anymore, as well as a dam that was in this area here. So I am in the area which is known as Kellys Lock, and I'll throw a picture up here of the lock and show you what it was like back in the early 1900s when it was in operations, and basically what's left of it today. So we're going to walk down here to the parking area as soon as some people leave down here that are down there walking their dog and everything. So as soon as they leave there, we'll get down there and check out what remains of the lock today. Alright, so when you come in, come down River Road in either direction there, you got a parking area here where you pull into. Well, it's about maybe 15 cars, but over here is the sign for Kellys Lock, and right down here is what remains of it. So we're going to walk down to the wall here and show you what's left of it. So this was a very deep lock. I forget the exact elevation difference here, but if you look down right there, you can see the flooring of the lock there, the base of it, because all the locks were basically made out of wood, but there's all wooden planks down there and everything, so you can see where it was. And then this wall here is all that remains of the lock today. And I'm going to throw some pictures up that we found online. One of them is going to be from over across the river right over there looking towards us, and you can see the see the lock and just how high it was. This area here, this wall here was not original. This is the only original wall that is left. And right about in here you can see the where the rails would have been for the along the wall here for the lock. But this was a very deep lock. There's not that much information online, and there isn't a placard here with much information, but somewhere in this area was a dam at one time. I don't know exactly where. But I thought I would include this here in one of the videos and incorporate it in with something else that I'm here to check out, which is going to be Felix's Dam, which is going to be up the road. So nothing remains of the canal. It was pretty much destroyed during the Reclaiming Act. I forget the exact year, but I'll put the either put the information up on the screen or a link to the website with the information on this canal. But let's take a walk, see if we can get down to the river there and see if we can take a look at those wooden planks a little bit more. Alright, so hopefully you can see it, but right there we climbed down the side of the bank here, and there were some steps there, but there you can see one of the walls with the signature sandstone. So this would have been where the entrance to the lock would have been, and judging by that, yeah, it was a pretty tall lock. So I'm going to see if I can make my way through this mess that's here and get over there a little bit closer and see if I can get a better shot of the bottom of the canal. Right, so I would be standing in what would have been the bottom of the canal. And there you can see just how high the wall is for this thing. But yeah, no signs of the canal along here except for this wall, and over here is the timbers that you saw from above. Yeah, they go all the way out, and you can see it there. There's another piece up there that goes across. But yeah, pretty much all the floors were made of wooden timbers. And right there is a metal spiking. Ooh, big crawfish right there going out. Hopefully that shows up on the camera.
Something going all the way across.
And RJ just spotted something going all the way across. But yeah, that's a big crawfish right there. Or crayfish, however you want to call it, crawfish, crayfish. He's heading under the rock. He's taking cover.
Huh?
And if it sounds like there's planes landing on top of us, well, yeah, they basically are, because we're right on the approach for one of the runways to the Reading Airport. In fact, the Reading Airport, the runway starts just on right through those trees right there. So there are definitely some low-flying planes here, and yeah, won't be able to put the drone up here because of that. But there's RJ standing out there, and directly going across there is I don't know if it's a cement or wood, but this might have been where one of the dams were at one time. Good possibility.
Wood. There's planks coming this way.
Oh yeah. There's planks running downstream, so there's a plank going across and planks coming downstream. So we're not sure what that would have been for, because the canal itself wasn't really that terribly wide. The lock probably would have came out to about here maybe. So we'll see if he finds anything else interesting. So looking here, there is metal sticking up right there. Some kind of metal rod. There's also, you know, one there. And the other one's out there. So this was some kind of anchoring system, I guess. Anchor the boards down. I don't see any more along the bank here. So I walked down a little bit further, see if I could find any other remains here, and the only thing I'm finding is cinder block there and basically junk. There's a tire there, but I'm not seeing anything else of the canal. And I don't have the right kind of shoes on because it does get muddy here, but RJ had the right idea. He wore his Crocs today, so he was able to wade out into the river there and check things out a little bit more. Old plastic car laying there, but what's interesting to me is this right here. That is a big metal spike. It was probably used to secure the the decking of the canal. All right, we made it back up to the top, to the overlook area here. So we are going to venture from this area down the road a short distance and see if we can find the remains of Felix's Dam.
By the way.
All right, so we drove down, should actually say drove up River Road, a couple miles from where we're at. And you got to watch the driveway coming into this park here. It looks like it's somebody's driveway, but it's actually right next to a house. But you come down into this area, and over here, which we just discovered, which I didn't know was here, there is another lock here to the canal, and Felix's Dam should be around here someplace. So we're going to walk around here and see if I can we can get down to the river and show you where the dam was at one time. So here is a information placard talking about the canal and the Silton project, which we talked about in previous videos. And there it shows the cutter head for dredging the river and what it looked like. That's along one of the railroads. I'm not quite sure which one that would have, where that location would have been there. It's not recognizing it, but this is the dam site, which a dredge in the slip here at left, which is right here, and that building that you saw in the photo is that building right there. So they got some kind, there's mechanisms right here that we'll walk around and check out and see about getting down there to where the dam was. You can pause the video here and read this if you want, but it just gives all the information on, again, how the river was dredged. And this probably ain't going to show up that well, but this is a list of all the dams along the Schuylkill River, Little Schuylkill River. And according to this, it says the initial dredging operation was finished 50 years ago, but there's active facilities that remain at Kernsville, Auburn, and Tamaqua to remove about 1,000 tons of culm annually. So there are still some in use yet. I guess this was part of the dredging mechanism here that was in that black and white photo there. There's still some of the part of it there with the system and everything, which would have went down to the river right down through there. So this looks like this would have been a mooring, something that they would have tied the dredging things off to, but there's still some cables laying around there yet. There's some more down there, so this went down to the river, and I'm assuming or guessing that this would have been where they could bring the dredging equipment in and out. So the gate is open and we don't see any signs or anything, so open gate policy. So we're going to walk down here and walk down to the river and check things out more. So I'm seeing these on either side here is a wonder if this would have been some kind of gate here at one time on these springs that they would have, you know, opened up to get in and out of the river. But you got them there, and they're on that side over there as well. Right, so we came down from where the gates would have been up there, and we're going to do some investigating here, but we might be standing where the canal used to be at one time, but we got to walk down this path and get down to where this lock remains, and then we'll be able to figure out for sure where the actual part of the canal was. So yeah, we come out here and evidence found. We were right. This drops off here, right down there's the canal, there's the lock. So this area here was filled in by man, and the canal would have went straight on through. Not only did we find the lock, there's a placard down there, but there's valves over here too. So this might have been so yeah, there you can see it. Very cool, and this is actually in pretty decent shape yet. All right, I'm probably getting ahead of myself here because I don't think we're at where the actual dam, or maybe we are, I can't tell. I got to get my bearings here, but this board here explains Felix's Dam. This was the second dam built here, and basically what happened to it, in 1998 it was damaged by ice, and I want to say it was a wooden dam, as you can see here, and it was damaged by ice in 1998. In 1999, on September the 13th, Hurricane Floyd came through and crawled up, and we got 8 to 12 inches of rain there, and that's basically where it breached in the middle there, if you can see it. They used to have boats on there. I can remember as a kid when it was dammed up, there was a ramp and they had water skiers on there, and the water skiers would jump the ramp and everything. And I did find a video on YouTube showing the dam when it was in operation, when water was going over it, and I'll either put the link to that or a clip of it in the video here. But basically in 2007 was when they completely removed everything from the dam. So if we can get down there to the dam, you'll see where it once stood. You might be able to see the foundations of it, but as far as any of this part of it anymore, that's been long gone. So there you can see the valves and those gates down there, and where they would have where you would have turned the valve and would have opened those gates up to let water in and out here. I'm assuming that this was built after the canal was abandoned, and this probably helped control, you know, water with Felix's Dam. That's just up the ways from us. So we got to walk down here and read this placard that's down here and find out a little bit more. But this is pretty cool. If this was part of the actual lock here, this is pretty neat that it's still here and was sort of repurposed. All right, so I'm standing at the bottom end here, and there's a placard up there that I'm going to walk up to. But this is the actual lock, and this was called Ritz's Lock. And the concrete walls that you see on either end here were added in the 1950s to assist with the desilting projects of the Schuylkill River. So it was a lock, and then it was repurposed for something else. But this is pretty neat, and I never knew that this existed here until today, until we found it on Google Maps. And you can see the end of the lock here, and it looks like there might be a path that we can take and go down there and give you a shot from down below. So here is the board, and again it talks about the birth of the Schuylkill Navigation Company, but here it talks about Ritz's Lock, which we're at here right now, and it doesn't have the exact it was also called Felix's or Rothamill's Lock, or this was known as lock number 42. And then it says the concrete you see on both ends was added in the 1950s to enable the dredging of coal silt. So there's just some pictures here. This was from somewhere near Reading along the Schuylkill River. this is around here somewhere. This is the canal at Tuckerton, which is where we're at right now. This is considered Tuckerton area. And then the only lock that's in operation yet that actually works is down in Phoenixville, and that's lock number 60. It's actually on the borderline of Montclair and Phoenixville, so that's going to be for a future video. We got to go down there and check that out. And this gives you here's a better shot of all the dams that were along the river from Port Carbon all the way down to Philadelphia, and there were a bunch in this area. There was apparently one above us at Herbine's. We're at Felix's Dam. Down where we were at Kellys Lock, there was Lysie's Dam down there. Kissinger Dam was below that yet. Poplar Neck Dam, that's down around the Titus generating station. Lewis Dam, which I'm pretty sure is the old Clapperthal Dam that was used to generate electricity for the railroad that ran up onto Neversink Mountain. And then there's more down the line, Black Rock, Paulings, all the way down to Philadelphia. So we'll give you another shot of it here, and yeah, back in the 1800s, 1826 or something like that, you're looking at something here that's almost 200 years old. Alright, so we found a little path to come down here, but we're standing on, and this is all soft here. Everything you see right here, this is nothing but silt that remains. But over there is the lock, and like I said, something that's almost or is 200 years old and is still standing yet. A lot better construction back then than what there is of some stuff today. And then the canal would have went straight on down through here somewhere. So we're making our way down here through the woods trying to get up to where the dam was, but there's still the wall here, and here's this red signature sandstone that was used to make the outer walls of the canal and also some of the railroad bridges in the area here. So here's a shot of the river. This is not where the dam was yet, but you look down here, this path going down there, that's all silt. That's still here yet. So we're basically back to where they would have taken the dredging equipment in and out there, but we're standing, again, we're standing in where this would have been the canal right here, but still trying to find a way to get down to the river and show you where the dam was. Bound and determined to find that yet today. Alright, well, after searching and climbing through brushes and whatnot back there, we got to the exact location of the dam. And believe it or not, there is the remains of it here. Two lonely timbers out there, so this would have been the exact spot of where the wooden dam would have been, because over there along the bank you can see how it bows out. So that would have been the one end of the dam, and then somewhere over here, which we can't see right now that it's overgrown, would have been the other end. So where RJ's at out there, that is one of the timbers from it yet, which it said on that placard board back there that they removed everything and chipped up all the wood, but I guess they forgot about that lonely piece there. So pretty cool. So I forget the exact height of the dam. It might have been maybe 8 or 10 feet high, but it was enough to dam this whole area up there. And that's Route 222 right up there, that bridge. And then somewhere up in there where my finger is where the ramp would have been when they had water skiers on here when it was real deep. Where they had the ramp where the water skiers would go over the ramp and jump and everything. And if you look up at the look up at the bridge there, you can see where the water levels were at one time by the marks on the bridge. So it was pretty deep in there, but down here this was shallow here after the water came over the dam. But just glad that we were able to get to the spot where the dam was, because I've been wanting to find this for a long time now. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that video of Kellys Lock, Ritz's Lock, and where Felix's Dam used to be. So that was a great time looking for this stuff. I was definitely surprised with finding that lock, Ritz's Lock there. I did not know that there was another lock there. So sometimes you just never know what you may find until you actually start looking around when you get to the place. But my thanks to a guy that's out there in the water somewhere, RJ. So thank him for coming along on this little adventure here. So if you did like the video, please give it the thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button down there if you're new to the channel. You can also ring the bell down there and be notified when I upload new content to YouTube. So until next time, it's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.